Hello and welcome. My name is Avelino. I am the president of the Disability Rights Association of Goa, and I am here today to speak to you on the new Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016. The Rights of Persons with Disability Act, or in short the RPWD 2016, was notified by the central government in December 2016, and it was notified by the Goa government in November 2017. The basic principles of this act is non-discrimination and equal opportunity for persons with disability. Before this act, we had the old act called the Persons with Disability Act 1995. Under that act, there were only 7 types of disability, and there were benefits to persons with disability with regard to education, employment and accessibility. Under the new Rights of Persons with Disability Act, there are 21 types of disabilities which are covered under this act, and in addition to the benefits which are there under the old act, there are lots more benefits coming under the new act. Coming to the types of disabilities which are covered under the new Disability Act or the RPWD Act, these disabilities which are the new ones which are covered are muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, thalassemia, hemophilia, sickle cell disease, cerebral palsy, autism, intellectual disability and mental illness. Now coming to where the rights of persons with disability with education is concerned, the focus under the new Disability Act is inclusion of persons with disability, which means that besides special schools, the regular schools cannot deny admission to a child with disability. Also, under this new act, the education department has to appoint a nodal officer in the department at the district level to look into the issues of the education of children with disabilities. Also, under the new Disability Act, it is mandatory to provide barrier-free access to children with disability in all the schools, that is the regular schools as well as the special schools, and to give a modified curriculum to the children with disabilities. Whereas the employment of persons with disability is concerned, under the old Disability Act, we had a 3% reservation for persons with disabilities. Under the new Disability Act, there is a 4% reservation. The 1% increase in reservation is for the people with intellectual disability like autism, mental retardation and mental illness. The good news under the new Rights of Persons with Disability Act is that even the private sector has been brought under the ambit of the new Disability Act. Whereas the old Disability Act was applicable only to government establishments, the new Disability Act is applicable even for private sector establishments. Although there is no reservation for in jobs in the private sector, no private employer can deny employment to a person with disability on the grounds of his disability. All establishments having more than 20 employees should have an equal opportunity policy to employ persons with disability. They should provide barrier-free access to persons with disability in their establishment. Also, they should provide assistive technology for persons with disability. Under the new Disability Act also, the government establishments as well as the private establishments should appoint a grievance redressal officer. Whereas the accessibility of persons with disability is concerned, the old Disability Act had mandate that only public buildings should be accessible for persons with disability. Although 22 years of the old Disability Act is over, it is noticed that many public buildings and transport facilities are not yet accessible for persons with disability. So the new Disability Act has brought in a provision that no occupancy certificate should be given to any building, whether government or private buildings, if they are not conforming to the barrier-free access for persons with disability. Also, the existing buildings which are there have to be made accessible for persons with disability within 5 years. Out of these 5 years, 1 year is already over. The new Disability Act also mandates that all websites and mobile apps should be made accessible for the visually impaired within a period of 2 years. Coming to the grievance redressal mechanism provided under the new Rights of Persons with Disability Act. Under the old Disability Act, we had a State Disability Commissioner at the state level, but the new Disability Act provides that there should be a special district court at the district level to hear grievances of persons with disability. Also, there should be a special public prosecutor in these district courts. Also, it is mandatory to have executive magistrates to look into the issues or grievances of persons with disability. Under the old Disability Act, we had only one section 69 as a penalty for persons with disability who are not disabled, but they were using facilities meant for persons with disability. But under the new Disability Act, there are lots of provisions which have come in, which is providing for penalties and offences, penalties for offences against persons with disabilities. For example, if you insult or abuse a person with disability, it is a punishable offence. Similarly, if there are any cases of molestations or harassment or rape of a person with disability, it is an offence now under the Rights of Persons with Disability Act. Also, if you do not implement orders and circulars which are meant to enforce the rights of a person with disability act, you can be punished under the this penalties clause of the Rights of Persons with Disability Act. Today, there are persons with disability in Goa who are educated, employed, self-reliant and role models for persons who are role models in society. Today we have around 33,000 persons with disability as per the census 2011. This covers only 7 disabilities. But under the new Disability Act, as it covers 21 disabilities, we are expecting around 40,000 persons with disabilities to be there in Goa. Today, persons with disabilities are educated, they are employed, they are self-reliant and they are role models for society. However, there are many persons with disabilities who are not aware of their rights, they are not aware of the schemes, they are not receiving education or they are not being included in the society. We seek your cooperation in making Goa a better place for persons with disabilities. There are many schemes for persons with disabilities, and today I would like to stress on self-employment schemes for persons with disabilities. Today, many persons with disabilities are either unemployed or they are looking for a job. But there are many government schemes where a person can take up and be self-employed. He can be self-employed without any investment also. For example, we have the Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana and we have Goa State OBC and Finance Corporation, where you can take benefits of the scheme under the National Handicap Finance. We hope that you will extend your cooperation to our association in making Goa a better place for persons with disability. Our association has been working for the last 15 years with the main purpose of mainstreaming persons with disability in Goa. There are many there is lots of schemes, there is lots of technology available which a person with disability can use and can live a normal life. Thank you.